There are people walking through life with a quiet ache inside them. People who look confident, composed, talented, warm, reliable. People who others describe as strong, capable, gifted, admirable. People who are praised, trusted, respected, yet beneath that exterior is a voice that whispers constantly, "You are not enough. Not smart enough. Not attractive enough. Not successful enough. Not lovable enough. Not interesting enough. Not worthy enough." It is a secret identity they carry everywhere. You would never know it by looking at them. They laugh. They show up. They work hard. They help others. They perform well. They appear fine, but deep down they live with a quiet fear that someday someone will see through them, that someone will discover the truth they believe about themselves, that someone will realize they are not as good as they seem. People who secretly feel not enough are often the ones you least expect. They are the highest achievers, the kindest friends, the most reliable partners, the people who hold everyone else together. They hide it so well that even those closest to them do not notice the weight they carry. So where does this feeling come from? It does not appear out of nowhere. It begins early, long before the person can name it. Childhood teaches us how to see ourselves. If a child grows up with conditional love, they learn that their worth depends on performance. If they grow up with constant comparison, they learn that they must always be better to be valued. If they grow up with criticism, they internalize the belief that something is wrong with them. If they grow up with emotional neglect, they learn that their feelings do not matter. And if they grow up trying to earn approval that never comes, they learn that they themselves are the problem. These lessons do not disappear as they grow older. They become a silent script in the mind, a belief system, a lens, a default setting. Even when someone becomes successful, even when they accomplish things others admire, these early beliefs remain alive in the background. People who feel not enough often become high achievers. Achievement becomes a way to survive the shame. They study harder. They perform more. They strive for perfection. They work tirelessly. They collect accomplishments like armor. On the outside, they look ambitious. On the inside, they are trying to outrun an inner critic that never sleeps. This critic is harsh, relentless, and deeply personal. It tells them they should have done better, that their success is a fluke, that others will realize they are not as capable as they appear. That one mistake will expose them, that they must always prove themselves. This inner critic makes them push harder and harder, yet no achievement brings lasting relief. They do not pause to celebrate. They move immediately to the next thing, because the feeling of worthiness disappears almost as soon as it arrives. In relationships, people who feel not enough experience the world through fear. They fear being seen too closely. They fear intimacy because intimacy exposes imperfections. They fear being abandoned because abandonment would confirm the belief they already hold. They fear disappointing others. They fear receiving love because they do not feel they deserve it. Some handle this fear by becoming hyper-independent. They refuse help. They do everything themselves. They avoid vulnerability. They keep emotional walls high to prevent anyone from discovering the truth. Others cope by becoming people-pleasers. They over-explain. They center their life around making others happy in the hope it will make them feel worthy. Both coping styles come from the same wound, a deep belief that their value is conditional. Another sign of feeling not enough is People with low self-worth cannot trust their instincts, so they overanalyze everything. They replay conversations. They examine every detail of their tone, their message, their body language. They wonder if they annoyed someone. They wonder if they said something wrong. They worry that they disappointed someone without realizing it. Overthinking is not an intellectual problem. It is an emotional defense. If they can analyze everything, maybe they can avoid being rejected. One of the most heartbreaking experiences for these individuals is receiving compliments. On the outside they smile. They say thank you, but internally, the compliment bounces off a wall. They hear the words, but they do not feel them. It does not land. It does not sink into their heart. It feels confusing or uncomfortable because it clashes with their internal belief system. It is not that they do not want to believe it. They simply cannot. They see themselves through a distorted lens, created long before anyone ever complimented them. Because of this, reassurance becomes a drug. They seek it often. They need to hear that they are loved, or appreciated, or valued. But the relief only lasts a short time, then the fear returns. They ask again, silently or directly. Am I enough? Are you sure? Are you sure you still care? Are you sure I matter? No amount of reassurance fills the void, because the void is internal, not external. Over time, the pressure of constantly feeling inadequate leads to emotional burnout. The person becomes tired in a way that sleep cannot solve. They lose interest in things they once enjoyed. They isolate emotionally, they begin to numb out. They feel insecure in their relationships. They feel ashamed of their needs. They feel guilty for taking up space. They carry a heaviness that grows heavier the more they try to hide it. What many people misunderstand is that feeling not enough is not a personality flaw. It is a psychological wound. It is a survival adaptation. It is the result of years of emotional conditioning, not personal failure. The brain becomes wired to expect rejection, disappointment, ori and aguasi. And once the brain learns that pattern, it filters every experience through it. So what do people who feel not enough secretly wish others knew? They wish people knew that they care deeply, even when they pull away. They wish people knew that their silence is not disinterest, but fear. They wish people knew that inside their confidence is a heart that feels fragile. They wish people knew how hard they try. They wish people knew how exhausting it is to live with constant self-doubt. They wish people knew how much they long to feel safe being imperfect. They wish people knew that they are not cold or distant or unavailable. They are scared. They are scared that if someone sees the real them, they will leave. They are scared of being judged. They are scared of being a disappointment. They are scared that love will be taken away if they stop performing. They are scared that their flaws make them unworthy. If this sounds like you, here is the truth you need to hear. You are not born feeling unworthy. You learned it. And anything learned can be unlearned. The belief that you are not enough is not a reflection of your value. It is a reflection of what you were taught. It is a reflection of how you were treated. It is a reflection of the moments you were made to feel small. You can begin to heal this pattern by rebuilding inner safety. This means learning to comfort yourself when fear rises, instead of judging yourself. It means naming the inner critic and questioning it instead of believing it automatically. It means allowing yourself to be human, imperfect, growing, learning. It means letting good people in slowly, in ways that feel safe. It means recognizing that your worth does not depend on performance or perfection. Healing begins when you talk to yourself the way you would talk to a friend. With keenness, with patience, with gentleness. It grows when you challenge the belief that you must earn love. You do not have to earn what you already deserve. The truth is this: you were never meant to spend your life proving your worth. You were meant to live from it. You were meant to grow from it. You were meant to love from it. You were meant to rest in it. You are always enough. Life simply taught you to forget, and now you get to relearn what was already true. You get to reclaim your worth one thought at a time, one choice at a time, one gentle moment of awareness at a time. You are not the voice that says you are not enough. You are the one who survived everything that created that voice, and you are stronger than you realize. You are more deserving than you believe, and you are enough, even when you cannot feel it.